big plays.
Tied up, splits the double with 8. She's going to get a shot off. He's got
Are you kidding me?
Yo, we are back with another episode. Which one is this? I think it's episode 12. Now, if you're actually...
I think it's 12.
It's 12. If you're listening to the Spotify version and you do not be able to see us on the screen, you'll notice we're all rocking our MLL jerseys, right? I got the Blaze. Brian got his Lizard jersey on.
That great
and
beast.
Shane got his Florida Launch. How do you guys like your jerseys?
They're solid, man. They're solid. Reminds me of a time that once was, but never could be.
You know.
It's unfortunate.
I know Brian was hype about his, bro.
Oh, bro, I said the picture. I'm like, bro, I can put this online. Like, let's go.
Yeah. I just got mine. It literally landed today. Like just arrived today. I was like, all right, that's solid. I was hoping I was going to get it today so I could wear it for the pod.
Let's go.
So shouts out. Great timing, Scotty.
You're welcome, man. I mean, I was like, when I had the opportunity and they said have whatever you want, I was like, let me grab some stuff for my boys real quick. So
yeah,
I'm glad you guys got what you guys got. But a crazy weekend for me. I just landed back from Michigan today, dude. I just landed probably an hour and 30 minutes ago. Michigan vacation.
You about it. That's how.
Yeah.
Oh, notice he said Michigan. That's how you know he didn't go to Detroit. If people from Detroit would have said I was in Detroit.
Yeah, he said Michigan. He said the whole state.
Listen, the only reason I was in Detroit was simply to go to the airport. That was the only reason I was in Detroit. And mostly everywhere else I visited after landing in Detroit was 4 hours away from the airport.
Well, how was the weather?
It was good, man. It was one of those, like, not too hot, but not too cold either. So it was like 75 almost the whole time.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's like the Bay Area every day, basically.
Yeah, I can't really comment on that because I don't know what the Bay Area is like. But I do know how Michigan is, and it had no phone service, so I was off the grid. I saw you guys running the account, doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
Yo, you guys, I liked the dialogue. I liked it.
Yeah. We're locked in. Brian was locked in. I was unfortunately, my birthday was on Sunday, so I was kind of like less active than I wanted to be, but I was also like out here golfing and hanging out and doing my thing. So shouts out to Brian. We broke everything down, and I was like, okay, I had to make sure I got the pick'ems out, and that was. I was sad about all of my choices, basically.
We're gonna get to that, but Brian, you killed it too online. I see you smiling already about their pick and whatever. I don't even get to a fantasy team, bro. Let me tell you something real quick. If you ever envision Scotty Royster as not a camper, you're wrong. Okay, because I was in Michigan, the Upper Peninsula, camping, and a little camper, bro, in the woods, and all you could hear were the bugs and some animal noises. And let me tell you this, bro, when it was time to go to bed in the camper and it gets dark out there, when you blink, nothing changes colors. It's just pitch black.
It's dark. Yeah.
Pitch black. Yeah. I mean, it was nice to be off the grid, bro. Like, get your phone away from you, just look at the water, enjoy nature. But now I'm back to life, back to reality. And somebody else who's back to life and back to reality is the California Redwoods. Let's get to the game.
Let's go.
Weekend. All right, California versus Utah. Utah pulls this one out 13-12 in overtime. Redwoods needed to at least win this one to have a chance at going to the playoffs. Didn't do so. Archers pull it out. Now, how crazy was this game, guys, for you guys watching at home?
Some fight, man. Thank God they got some fight. I was happy to see that, man. What? And it's versus
dude, no. Whoa. You're giving out participation trophies at this point now. I don't want to hear this, bro. I was trying to get to the playoffs.
Look, man, listen to me. We both were. Scotty, we are backing the same team. We are both a fan of the Redwoods. The thing is, I'm happy. I wanted to win, but if we're not going to win, at least show me some, give me something. You know what I'm saying? Something that I can look at.
I hate how you're talking about this team like it's a youth team right now.
It's not a youth team.
It's not.
Oh,
I don't care about wins and losses. I cared about effort. I care about effort.
Oh, okay.
There, bro.
All right. So,
win,
if the
bro.
Okay. So if the Archers had just handled, and California was just, yeah, we're gonna lose anyway, how would you feel? Would you feel better about losing in overtime over that? Tell me the truth. Answer quickly.
As a fan of a professional sports team, I'm going to be equally upset with both losses.
That is crazy and wrong, and you know it. That's
not
wrong,
true, bro.
That's wrong.
It's not true.
You would rather your team give a good effort than lose by any margin. No. If you're going to lose, you're going to lose. I would prefer them lose in overtime, which means by one goal to a Utah Archers team that is very, very good, than them get ran out of Zion Park Stadium. I'm good.
What hurts
Zion's
more,
big stadium.
What hurts more? Losing a close game or losing a blowout?
You know what hurts more is watching Peyton Cormier go for 5 goals. That hurts more.
Yeah, we were going to get to that too. Don't try to change the subject on me, though. Okay? Don't try to change the subject.
I see what he's saying though.
I'm not happy that we lost. I'm happy that they fought and they gave it. I'm happy that we saw different people emerge. Charlie Bertrand with 5 points. Okay, haven't seen that all season. Guy, right?
Can we admit he can be that dude? He can be the number
theoretically, but you wait until this game is basically on. The whole season is riding on you on the team to win for you to decide to go off. That's crazy. Rob Pennell with 4 points. That's crazy. Both of y'all, come on, man. So if that is that, this is the reason why I was happy with this. Charlie Bertrand, Rob Pennell, not been playing like that all season. They've been kind of all season, and now they show up. That's what I wanted to see. That's what I wanted to see this whole time.
No.
And so I finally saw it. I'm not happy that we lost, but I'm happy I saw something.
No. I think seeing something at this point of the year is redundant because who knows what that team's going to look like next year. You think a lot of these guys are going to be on the team still? Do you see what just happened to us this year?
I don't think there are a lot of these guys are going to be on the team.
So why does it matter if a lot of these people are showing you sparks?
Because it's still the team. It's still the team that we've been looking for all year long, and they finally got a little extra something on them. That was a little something that was kind of similar to how they played when we were in California. They were playing every team when they play their home game. It feels so much more. It feels more personal, and this game felt more personal, and that's what I wanted to see. That's it.
Enough from me and Shane. Brian, what are you thinking about this?
Agree with you, Brian.
I do agree with Shane because it's like, I know what Scotty was saying, right? You would rather I wouldn't rather get blown out the last game of the season because that means they didn't just come for the check. Like I'm going to show fight.
Exactly.
I ain't win, but
that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying, though. I'm not saying I'd rather them get blown out. I'm saying I'm reading it the same. L is an L in this context.
Yeah,
we are a professional sports team, bro. I'm not going to be like, they showed good effort, though. Good for them. No, bro, they lost. Yeah. That's what it comes down to. That's why I'm just like, I'm not happy at all about this loss. And as a player, Shane, as a player, what would you rather have? A 1-goal loss in overtime or a blowout loss? Which one hurts more?
getting blown out in a game we're supposed to win by 11 or losing in overtime.
I did not add that part. So you're adding stuff to me now.
But that's the context.
That wasn't the question.
But that's the context.
That wasn't the question.
Okay. I would rather lose in overtime because that means we got to overtime rather than get blown out, not have a chance, and have to spend 3 or 4 quarters, however long it took before we really recognized we're getting blown out, playing a lacrosse game, knowing that there was nothing that we could do. At least there was hope that we were going to win this game. It wouldn't have mattered in the grand scheme of things regardless, but it was something because regardless of they're not cleaning house. There are going to be remnants of this team.
Question. Which one hurts more?
Getting blown out on a game we're supposed to win.
I don't know.
For sure, getting blown out, that hurts.
You're adding the game we're supposed to win.
Because that's the context.
That's not the context. Were the Redwoods supposed to win this game? Like
by 11.
That's not what they were supposed to do. That's what they needed to happen. That's not what they were supposed to do.
Okay, they were in order to get to the playoffs. The whole point of that effort was to get to the playoffs. They needed to win by 11. They were supposed to win by 11 in order to get to the playoffs. If they did not get that, then they would be in a completely. I mean, we're still. By the way, regardless of whether we lose by 1 or we lose by 15, the result is the same. However, we are not completely gutting this California Redwoods team. There are going to be remnants of this year's team next year. Now, there will be some people that are completely gone. However, I am glad to see, for example, Charlie Bertrand hitting 5 points. I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to see people stepping up. I'm happy to see players really competing with this very, 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 very good Utah Archers team. I'm happy to see that, as opposed to getting blown out and having people watch a game where the Redwoods just look like a JV team. I don't want that. I'd rather see a team that that has a little, fire and vinegar, piss and vinegar, whatever you call it. I want to see some of that. You know what I mean, damn it.
That must be something from Texas, bro. But I'm gonna let you rock with that. But
stupid.
When in this game, one thing that stuck out to me was Tom Schreiber getting hurt. What happened? Was it his shoulder?
Yeah. What did they say the official injury was? Let me see.
I saw his shoulder, or when he went down on that shot, just holding his shoulder, and he didn't play in his next game that weekend too. Hoping for the best for him. But if that's the story for the next couple of weeks, worst time.
Oh, no, he's out. He's out. They already announced it.
Oh, he's out for how long?
For the season. I gotta look it. Yeah, I don't want to misquote what the injury was. I'm looking it up.
It's on the official injury report. It just says upper body. That's just in the description. That's what it said. But he was holding his shoulder.
Rest of the season?
Yep.
Now that's detrimental for the Archers, man.
Big time.
I can't believe Captain
he's not yet
for the
IR.
That's crazy. I don't know. Now, if you're the Archers now, who do you have be that midi? I mean, because somebody for the Archers was sticking out like crazy, and that's Van Overbeek. I was like, where the hell did this guy come from, bro? But he was killing it this weekend. What did he have? 6 points this weekend? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He had 3 points against the Redwoods, 3 points against the Outlaws. I think, it's a lot to place on somebody to be like, yeah, all right, since Tom Schreiber's hurt, you do this. But this kid completely proved that he could ball. He could ball with the best.
That's great. I mean, 25 touches, 3 points on 25 touches in the first game. 3 points on 21 touches in the first game. He's consistent and efficient. That's great. He's good lacrosse. He's a good player. I mean, it's hard to fill out Captain America's shoes, but I mean, realistically, like what Captain America brings to that team is like, he could score just as many points or goals as Tom Schreiber can, but he nobody can really do it in the fashion that Tom Schreiber can score. And that's the key. Like Tom Schreiber has his own little aura that he brings to the game that people always that defenders will have to respect and recognize. But for a midfielder who can play in the Premier Lacrosse League, yeah, all you really got to do is do your job. If you get open looks, you got to score. I mean, if you can walk away with 3 points, nobody can say you didn't do a good job. Nobody can say you didn't do what you were supposed to do. So good on him.
Yeah.
He balled out because it shows you how deep just college lacrosse is. Because one is cool because he's from Minnesota. Because I think he said from St. Paul, Minnesota. I just remember that from Mighty Doug. So I always remember St. Paul, but also like for the Cuse fans listening, he killed Cuse. He had like 8 or 9 points when Syracuse played him when they played Syracuse in the Dome. The SU beat him pretty handily. But I remember that's when he stood out. And that's like the first time I really watched him play. I'm like, oh, he's good. I think he might have a shot when he's down the road because you think he's being training camp. I ain't think like that. No, I'd be capping if I'm like, oh, I thought he was gonna. I didn't think he was gonna do it, but I knew he was good. And just like to Shane's point, you will need you to be calm, but just do what you do what got you there, and he did. He's like dodging with no fear. I'm gonna get to my spots and I'm gonna do what I got to do, and then everybody else gonna do what they have to do because it's just like this. It's crazy because like the talk once he got hurt was like, oh, what are the Archers gonna do? What are the Archers gonna do? Everybody was like, "Nah, we're still good."
Let's not act like Tom Schreiber is the only player on their squad though. Like
Grant Edmonton, I'm still here. Not gonna keep.
Tom Schreiber is not even consistently the leading scorer in that Archers team. Typically,
no, but
he's an integral member, but he's not always the guy.
No, absolutely. But I mean, like what you were saying earlier, it's what he brings to the table, the fashion he does it. And, you take that away on the stat sheet might not mean everything, but team-wise, mentality-wise, it means a whole lot. So I'll be curious to see how the Archers prevail with this. But those fans in Utah got their money's worth on that first game day because there were 2 overtime games in this one. It was the Cannons versus the Chaos in game 2 of the weekend. Cannons pull this one out 11-10. Asher Nolting, verified dog.
Dog.
The one play he made where he's going topside and Jack Rowlett hit him with the overhead check
over the head,
properly, and then he lands it, and he still turns the corner and finishes it.
Top shelf.
Grown man.
Top shelf. He ate that check that would literally strike fear in most people's heart. He ate it. He completely rotated. Top shelf shot. Goalie had no chance, soaked the check coming over to him, and just walked away like, yeah, this is what I do. That's a bad man. That's a bad man. I don't know what you do to get and you know what's even crazier about Asher Nolting is that his game is that right side, but that's not what in my opinion, that sticks out to me about him. His scoring ability is excellent, but his passing ability is so good. He can really get to spot feed people. I mean, granted, you also got someone like Marcus Holman right next to him.
Yeah.
So anytime you see he's at X and he's hung up at X and Marcus Holman is around, is literally like eyes closed. He say Marcus is over there somewhere, and he's gonna catch it and let it go.
So there were 2 plays where I saw the connection between Asher Nolting and Marcus Holman. The first one was when that fake pick slip where Asher just threw it to a place and Marcus just catch and finish, right? And the other one was that man up play where they're in an open set or they have everybody outside, but Marcus is inside, and it's just a little catch and shoot. And I think Asher had the ball from top center. And that chemistry, that connection from these 2 guys is
that feed was crazy.
You need that. And I'm actually curious now, like, do you guys think Asher Nolting and Marcus Holman are the best duo in the PLO besides no, let's add them in. Let's add in your Atlas boys, Brian.
No. The answer is no.
Hey,
yeah, I don't know what you expected to get out of Brian for that one.
No.
That was never gonna happen.
look,
I love Asher. They're too like they, but nah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's hard to say that when we're looking at the efficiencies of teams, and the Atlas is just a more efficient team, and it's hard to say that there's not. But it's well, I actually I might take that back because there is no true duo for the Atlas. It's Jeff Teat plus whoever else is on the field. It's not a true duo. Whereas, like for example, when I think of duos, I think of Grant Ament, Mac O'Keefe. I think of Kieran McCardle, Michael Sowers. Mm-hmm. I think obviously Asher and Marcus. I think, and honestly, that's a. Am I missing any? Yeah, honestly, that's about it. That's about it. And so, in terms of duos, true duos, realistically, it's quite literally between Kieran McCardle, Michael Sowers, and Asher and Marcus. And I think I have to go with Asher and Marcus because I don't think there's a true duo on that Atlas team. I think it's just Jeff Teat plus whoever is on the field.
It's 007. We'll say for sake of the argument, 007 is Andrew Dixon, and I'm not taking anybody over those two. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying because you can be like Shelly and Dixon have that thing too. But but for sake of the argument.
For sake of the argument, sure.
I know what you're saying. I got you. And I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the stats right now. And like Asher Nolting and Marcus Holman combined points right now has 71, right? 71.
Yeah, Jeff T's got like 60-something points
by himself.
64 points himself. But otherwise, though, Asher is the number 2 point scorer in the league, and Marcus Holman is the number 6, when Jeff Teat is the number 1, but Xander Dixon is the number 10. So if we're going to go average rank on duos, the Cannons have a better average.
It's got to be Cannons. That's a better – I mean, yeah, like – but that's just a credit to how good the Atlas are is because, like, you got Jeff Teat who is quite literally by himself the guy. He does not need a duo. He is the guy. Whoever is on the field with him, he will make them better. They will score with him. And Jeff Teat is not a score first kind of guy. He kind of scores. I'm like, all right, everybody's pretty much locked off. I guess I'll just get one for myself here. And that's literally how his demeanor is when he's about to score. He's just kind of like, all right, I guess I'll put one in the back of the net, I suppose. He's not even trying to, but he'd just much rather pass the ball. Whereas like I don't get that sense from Asher. Asher, if you give him top side, he's going to score on you. If you give him an inside roll, he's going to score on you. If you send a double, he's going to make a perfect pass to somebody on the outside. And that Cannons offense is not a team that you want to leave with anybody on the outside of the arc. You got Matt Campbell, you got Marcus Holman. Between those two alone, that's enough to make any goalie shudder because you know they're going to hit that, and you know it's coming out 100, 105 plus, basically. So I hear what you're saying, Brian, but I think we got to give it to the Cannons on that one for dynamic duos. And if only the Water Dogs were better, I would say Kieran McCardle, Michael Sowers, that connection when it works is so beautiful. It's so simple too.
So I think you can't talk about this game without talking about the mecca of college lacrosse, which is Rutgers University. There were
the mecca.
There were 6.
The fact you said that to Brian is crazy.
You guys,
that's bait.
I was like,
that's bait. I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's bait. I'm not responding to that.
I'm just trying to piss you guys off right now.
Mecca.
There were 6 Rutgers guys here, and it was kind of nostalgic for me watching these highlights of this game because I was like, damn, yo, that's a Rutgers guy. That's a Rutgers guy. That's a Rutgers guy. So many Rutgers guys playing in this game. So, I had to give respect to my Rutgers guys. Okay. Next thing was Blaze Reardon got hurt.
What's going on there?
I don't know what his injury is.
What was interesting, though, is that I found the list that they posted about Blaze Reardon being on the top 10 saves list. Above that number, whoa, what's going on here? You guys hear me?
I
we
can't
can hear you.
But it's probably good for my eyes.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna keep that in mind.
Yo, did I say happy belated already?
No, you don't even care about me, bro.
Oh, my bad. Happy belated birthday, bro. 30. You're a young one, but I'm proud of you, bro.
I told you,
young
man.
One.
You are
a young one.
Scotty cracks jokes like he's your age. Like Scotty said, calling me old, like we wasn't in college at the same time. Like,
bro, I was not in college when you were in college.
Would you graduate in 2013?
I wasn't even born yet, bro.
Shut up.
All right.
Bro, I wasn't out of high school in 2013.
All right.
You guys would never know.
He can't even think of the thoughts because he's lying.
See,
when did you graduate college?
He thinks I'm lying. Brian thinks I'm lying. He don't know how old I am.
I'm gonna just look at Kane University roster and get the answer myself because I'm tired of you. When did you graduate high school?
Just my birthday. And
it's true, but I don't know how old you were. How old you turned?
I guess you'll never know.
That's crazy.
I guess you'll never know.
It's so stupid, bro.
I'm trying to make this. Listen, guys, I know we want to talk about me, but let's talk about something else, okay? Let's talk about something else.
Talk about me.
Anyway, let's get to the next game of the week, of the day. That was the next one was the Brian's boys, the Atlas against the Philadelphia Water Dogs. What the hell? In this one, I don't even know what happened. New York Atlas lost to this one to the Water Dogs 12-13. Now, there's a couple things that I got to get off my chest. Shane being like Peyton Cormier is not a PLL player. First thing, okay? He told you shut up. He told you shut up. And
how many goals did he create on his own?
It doesn't matter.
He plays attack. Exactly.
Dude,
like how many goals
did
really?
You're choosing a bad hill to die on, bro.
No, I'm not. I'm actually not. Because we all watched that same first game that he played. He's a what?
He doesn't play it. He's not a midfielder. They read about the Bucks first game. They read about the Bucks first game.
Doesn't have to be. I'm still not impressed. I've watched enough UVA lacrosse in order to know what I'm talking about when it comes to Peyton Cormier, okay? He is an excellent lacrosse player that needs people who will spot feed him perfect passes in order to score, and he will score. But he needs those. Okay? I'm not accepting it. Sorry. I'm not accepting it.
It's crazy that Shane is impressed by the Redwoods loss, but not impressed by Peyton Cormier.
I'm not.
Crazy.
I'm not. Who's impressed? The word impressed never came out of my mouth. The word impressed never came out of my mouth. It never came out of my mouth.
You're happy with the Redwoods' performance, but you're not happy with Peyton Cormier's performance.
I'm happy that they didn't get blown out.
It's over.
I'm happy that they didn't get embarrassed on television. I'm happy that didn't happen.
Brian, what do you think about this game right here? Because the way I was thinking about it was this game doesn't really mean anything for the Atlas, and the game means nothing for the Water Dogs either, but you still hate to see the number one team lose against the last ranked team. So in your head, what was going on with this?
I didn't think there's any biggies. Exactly what you said, because it was the Atlas were not playing for anything. We're going to show up, and they played. And there's the Water Dogs like, this is the last thing that's going to be in my resume, so I'm going to make sure I'm gonna make sure I'm balling out. So it was like, as Alex fan, I was just like going into the game, like, did I think they're gonna lose? No, but my main thing was like, nobody get hurt, nobody get hurt, nobody get hurt, nobody got hurt, which is fine. I don't hate the loss, which it sounds weird because it's back to like youth lacrosse thing. I'd rather them lose now because it's like just don't play. This is professional. This is professional lacrosse. Like any given week, you're gonna lose. So it's like I feel like I didn't mind them getting that reminder last game of the season when nothing matters. 1, 2, it's cool now that just even on that bye week that they're gonna have, they'll still fly out to where is it in Philly, or in where I can't think off the top of my head where they're playing.
It's in Long Island.
Okay, yeah. Or I know you did the Long Island people gonna get on you on Long Island.
And on Long Island.
You know how they yeah. So as being Long Island bred, I know I can't. They're gonna say something, but yeah. So then they'll be able to practice out there. So it's like, all right, we'll have that taste in our mouth from losing to them. But it's interesting because to get Shane mad. I don't know if you guys saw it on Twitter because I know you didn't see it, Scotty, because you were out camping. But Joe Keegan said, if as long as Shelley should be back for the playoff game, do you run Shelley out of the box and keep Cormier at attack? And I was like thinking, I'm like, people are gonna hate you for saying that, but I love that idea because Peyton Cormier's got elite passers that Shane says because he can't create his own shot apparently, and Shelley first team All-American midfielder. So I was like, yo, that's actually like a good idea. And with the way that they're with the team set up, I wouldn't hate it going into a playoff game. But yeah, just like watching them, it's like the Water Dogs still have Zach Carrier, still have Mikey Sauer, still have Cam Ricardo. So they played hard, they won. Nobody got hurt in the Atlas, so I'm happy about it. And yeah, I'm cool with that.
There were I had like a similar dialogue with myself about, all right, Payne Cormier, can do it. And I'm in my head, he can ball. And with Shelley being out, I'm like, now what do you do? Right? Like, you can't avoid a performance like that Peyton just had and be like, all right, let's take him back out.
Yeah, that's the hard thing.
So now this is such a Atlas problem as having so many guys, and it's now like, who do you take out now to put Shelley back in after the kid who just replaced somebody just played like this?
6 points on 19 touches, 55% shooter.
It's a Klay Thompson stat line.
Crazy. Mm-hmm. That's all he's got. Mm-hmm. That's all he's got to do. But Shay, you talk about what he can't do. All he has to do is catch the ball, put it in the back of the net. He's in the perfect environment. Just like Shay just said, Klay Thompson. I don't have to cross over. I don't have to be Steph. I stand in the corner and shoot. That's all I got to do. It's all I'm required to do.
Mm-hmm. Hey, real quick, who did the Atlas play? Was it the worst team in the league? Oh, okay. Yeah. Just making sure. There's the worst team in the league. Okay. Yeah.
So playing the worst.
Yeah, not surprised.
Playing the worst team in the league mean Jeff Teague's not passing them the ball?
No. It just means that it is so much easier. It's so much easier. It is so much easier for him to get. Because here's the thing. They tried it. They tried it earlier in the season. What happened?
They put him at midfield. They put him as a midfielder. They played him out of position. That is the thing about professional lacrosse. Most attackmen can't run out of the box. That's not a Peyton Cormier thing. We're going back to the MLL days with dudes' first team All-Americans playing attack, and they run out of the midfield. They play 3 games in the MLL, then they're gone because they can't run out of the box. That's not a Peyton Cormier unique thing. They played. He's not a midfielder. That's not his fault. They played him out of position, and he didn't play well because he's not a midfielder. But when he played attack, 19 touches, 6 points. I can put the ball in the back of the net. All he's got to do is stand in front of the cage, catch passes, and score. And he's got the best player in the world to give him the ball. He's in the perfect environment for him.
I disagree.
Because you do your Joey Spallita thing where people attack me all the time, but he can't do this. I don't care what he can't do. This is what he can do.
The thing is, in the PLL, you have to be able to create your own shot.
No, he doesn't.
You have to be. Yes, team. You do.
Not on this team.
Yes, you do.
No, he doesn't.
You have to be able to create your own shot.
He's the best player in the world passing him the ball. He doesn't have to create his own. Xander Dixon can die. I will say. He doesn't have
to. It will help him.
He's got Connor Shelley. He's got a 4-time first-team All-American next to him. He doesn't have to, Shane. He doesn't have to. Again, the Klay Thompson thing. When you have Steph Curry next to you, I don't have to create my own shot. I'm not – for what? I don't have to. He doesn't have to dodge. He's got Dox Aikens,
He will.
Miles Jones, Brian Costabile. He's got Jeff T.
He will.
He's got Connor.
He
no,
will.
He won't have.
He will. When you start playing, I'll tell you this. If he stays in that attack, so here's the thing. Okay. So if he stays in that attack, we run Shelly out of the box. Okay. Let's say that happens. Okay. And we start playing.
Because you're going to prove my point with what you're going to say. Watch. Okay.
We start playing these other defenses, defenses from other top teams. Okay. Mm-hmm. What do you think is going to happen?
They're going to give so this is what you're going to say is that they're going to give like when he was in college and he had Peyton Cormier as shorty, right?
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I think.
So what are you how are you so you're going to say we're going to shut off Jeff T, we're going to shut off it would probably Xander Dixon, other person playing attack. You can't shut everybody off. So then
no, of course not. No, of course not. But you can be extremely slow to go or slide quickly, very, very quickly to Peyton Cormier. From what I've seen in the beginning of the season, anytime he gets a quick slide coming towards him, he does not handle the ball really well. It moves way too fast, and he cannot create his own shot. Therefore, when he gets into these situations, when you start playing with other team defenses that everybody is moving at that speed, and you've got someone like, obviously Jeff Teet's going to still do what he's going to do. And he's going to try to put him in the best position possible, but he can't get open quickly enough. He can't get to open spaces quickly enough. It's not in his game.
Why do I have to dodge when I have Jeff T, I have Xander Dixon, I have Brian Costabile?
Because you've got another slide coming towards him. You've got another slide coming towards him.
So this is on the thing then. So then perfectly. So then he does exactly what he needs to do. Oh, don't slide. One-on-one Miles Jones, I'll take that. One-on-one Brian Costabile, I'll take that. One-on-one Dox Aikens, I'll take that. One-on-one best player in the universe, Jeff T, I'll take that. Xander Dixon by yourself, don't slide, I'll take that. You're playing into the Atlas hands then. The best offense in the league, perfect, don't slide. Don't slide for my man, cool.
No. They will still slide. They're gonna be quick off of the second slide. That second slide is gonna come much faster, much earlier off of Peyton Cormier, and that's where he's going to struggle. That second slide is going to come to Peyton Cormier. He is not going to be able to create a shot off of that second slide. That first slide is going to leave as it should.
Because the second slide comes catch and shoot. He's not because you act like he's camping under this 2-point line. He's going to be extended. What do I have to create? He's Canadian. That's what they do.
That's all right.
He's not getting the second slide at the 2-point line. He's not getting the second slide at the 2-point line.
Is that he got his shot because Shelly wasn't there. He had all season. Coaches had all season because he was on protected roster all season.
So who are you taking off attack to put him in attack, Shane?
If Shelly can't play, I'll keep him there. Fine, whatever. If Shelly can't play,
who are you going to take off of the attack to put him at attack though? That's not anything against Peyton Cormier.
What I'm saying to you is that he's been on a protected roster all summer long. He's been, if I'm not mistaken, that means he's still going to the practices, right? Right or wrong? Or he's still. I don't know if he's dressing up, but he's still going to practices, pregame practices, and and for all season that they've been winning, he has not gotten play. What I'm trying to say is that I'm not the only one who sees that there is a deficiency there. There's something there. I'm not the only one. If he's the one not playing.
He plays attack behind 3 other All-Stars. Who are you taking off? Who are you taking? Jeff T, sit this week out so we can play Peyton Cormier. That's what you're saying then. He doesn't play attack. So is Peyton Cormier at the same level catch and shoot ability that he doesn't need to do as Xander Dixon? Arguably, yes. Bro, he's an all-time leading scorer in college lacrosse. What are we talking about? Why you have me put my cape off for a UVA dude, man? You acting like this dude is some dude off of the street, bro.
He's not no dude off of the street. But you're telling me, okay,
he's playing behind 3 All-Stars. Who are we taking?
Okay, so if that is true, if he is the exact same level, according to you, if he's the exact same level as Xander Dixon, then you can take out Xander. and you can put Peyton Cormier in.
I just told they got 3 All-Stars. Why would you take him out though? That's what I'm saying. That you had 3 other All-Stars you're playing with. This doesn't mean that Peyton Cormier is not good. It means that Xander Dixon has already played for the Atlas for a year. You're staying. Connor Schellenberger, you're the #1 pick in the draft. Jeff Teague, you're the best player on earth. We don't have a spot to fit you. We tried to run you out of the midfield for a week. It didn't work for you because you're not a midfielder. That's not saying anything against this game. That's not you're not good.
No, no one is saying that he's not good. No one is saying that he's not good. Peyton Cormier is an excellent lacrosse player. I'm saying in the PLL, for what the PLL, in order for you to be successful in the PLL, you have to at least be able to create your own shot. What I've asked you is whether or not if Peyton Cormier and Peyton Cormier and Xander Dixon are on the same level. And you said arguably yes, which means to your question that if when Shelly comes back, theoretically, you could swap them too. If he's doing just as good, if he's the all-time leading scorer, then theoretically he should have been in the position that Xander Dixon is in all season long, because he's the leading scorer. Clearly, that wasn't the case, because clearly he hasn't played all season long. He hasn't played all season long. He gets in there now because Shelly is hurt. And so all of a sudden by the way, again, he is not a bad lacrosse player. He's got Jeff Teague around him. But if they're the exact same level, then you can make an even swap. You can make an even swap. And in fact, if he's the best lacrosse, if he's the all-time leading scorer in college lacrosse, theoretically, if that mattered, then it wouldn't even be a question. Xander Dixon wouldn't even get the playing time that he has, because according to you,
now you're acting like, but it's not according to me, because now you're acting like Xander Dixon is not that guy. I'm saying that
I'm not saying Xander isn't either.
If Peyton Cormier played the entire season, would he give you Xander Dixon like stats? Yes, he would. Xander Dixon's already there, so don't say, well, just take him out. Xander Dixon's already put in the work, bro.
But the question we're talking about is, who would we swap? Who would we swap for that? We would swap to keep Peyton Cormier in, because according to you would prefer to see Peyton Cormier in the game, right or wrong, in some capacity.
You're talking about who's getting swapped. You already saw who got swapped. Ronan Jacoby got taken off of the 19. He's out. You dropped in, and then so he's gonna be the one that ends up losing their roster spot. And then if they bring Shelly back in, Logan McGovern's gonna lose his spot. Because Logan McGovern runs out in the midfield.
Okay,
Logan McGovern's had a good season. So yes, I'm saying that if they choose to keep Peyton Cormier in and play him at attack, Logan McGovern, thank you for your service, great season. Connor Schellenberger, go in and run the midfield.
So you would have Jeff Teague, Peyton Cormier, Xander Dixon, at attack. Yes.
Because remember, Xander Dixon before, when he going into UVA was a Dodger, that the role he had to play now with the Atlas as a finisher. Because when they were interviewing, he did an interview with Dan Aresti a couple weeks ago, and he was talking about that. He was like, "Yeah, I wasn't like an elite Dodger, but I dodged before. Then I kind of had to just whatever position he had to play, I turned into being a finisher because Xander Dixon can dodge too. He can. So to your point, to create his own shot, he can do that." And Peyton Cormier can do his 6 points on
Shane is
19 touches
right now. I don't agree with your take, Shane, that you have to be able to create your own shot in order.
I don't.
You don't think so?
No. When does Westberg? You're a Redwood fan. I'll name somebody. Westberg. When does Westberg dodge and create his own shot? I'm going to catch everything and score. That's an elite skill set.
Westberg absolutely can dodge. Westberg is absolutely much more mobile than Peyton Cormier. That's not even a question. Much more mobile.
I didn't ask who's going to win in the 40-yard dash. I'm talking about what does Westberg do the entire season.
Well, when I say create my own shot, I'm talking about creating separation to be able to shoot, not just being able to dodge.
Canadian, bro. He's a 250-pound Canadian. That's what they do.
He can shoot through people. I'm talking about creating separation. So when I say, and Westberg definitely can't create his own shot.
I don't have to create separation, but I can run through you.
Westberg is great catch and shoot as well, but Westberg can absolutely create his own shot.
Derrick Henry, why do I have to run around you when I can run through you? Pay me. I don't got to Mikey Sowers you. I'm just gonna run through you because I'm a large human being.
That's a bar. That's a bar. Yo, I love hearing you guys go back and forth, bro. I could just listen to this all day. Shane's got a migraine.
I love Shane, man. I had to go out with Shane A. Smith.
Shane be making everybody do that. Shane be pissing everybody off. Okay, me included. Yeah, I get it. Okay, but hey, it's all right.
White my brow, like.
You wouldn't be doing this.
Oh my God!
You're gonna have opinions, bro. That's why we go back and forth. Okay.
Oh God.
But the team's
momentum. I guess we'll see. I guess you
know how many Twitter DMs I'm gonna get about this conversation? I can't wait.
Oh man. Man.
What is it?
Make sure you share them. I want to know.
I will.
It's not coming to me right now, but I mean, this is a similar conversation that we had when we were like, when the Atlas had, we're playing well too, and they still didn't put Jake Stevens in their lineup. It was like, now who do you take off?
Yeah.
You know? But let's move on to the last.
Yeah, and it was Dylan Malloy who lost his spot to Jake Stevens.
Exactly. And Dylan Malloy was playing well.
You having a sore time. Thank you, sir. Like, that's crazy.
All right. Last game of the weekend was Denver versus Utah here. Utah pulls out this one 13-9. One thing that was electric to me in this game was the crowd at a certain point. I was like, yo, is Salt Lake City lit like this? Like, you could feel it through the screen how electric their crowd was. What did you guys think of this game?
I would just say the crowd was hilarious because I saw like 4 black people and I was shocked. I'm like, I didn't know there was black people in Utah. And none of them played for the Utah Jazz. So that was bro, I did Leonardo DiCaprio. I was like,
play for the Utah Jazz.
Nah, that's like, crazy. Bro, you don't play for the Jazz. Like, I think you just live in Utah. Like, oh, all right.
Yeah,
hey, man. BYU's football team does have some, melanin on there too. So
some of y'all stayed after college.
Some of y'all. You
ever see those Mormon schools and like their ring before spring type stuff? Like,
yeah.
Nah, bro, those are crazy. Those are insane. Like, yeah, how long you guys known each other? 2 months, and you're engaged? Yep. I'm like,
Shane, did you ever play any of those, like BYU or any of those schools?
Did we play any Mormon schools? And not in lacrosse, no. We've played like Bible Belt. We played Bible Belt schools, but not Mormon. Actually, my school played Mormon, so we played a team in St. George. In Provo, Dixie State. You ever heard of Dixie State?
Yeah, because it's called Dixie State. That's why I've heard of it.
Yeah, Dixie State.
Like, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah. Dixie. Hey, let me tell you something about Dixie State, though. That school produces some crazy athletes. I don't know what it is. Probably the lack of caffeine, lack of sugar. Because they can't eat. They can't. It's against their religion to have that much caffeine. So I'm telling you right now, them boys can ball. I mean, hey.
Yeah, because I'm asking. I read the comments for like those videos on YouTube, and it was like, what was one of the comments in the videos when it was BYU, and they're like, "Yo, BYU school is lit," because they're like, and it'd be like the starting attackman, his wife and 4 children are on the sideline because he's 28. I was like,
hey. No, bro. Some of them won't be 28.
Bro, yeah.
They said the average age of their team is like 26. Like, bro, when you're 26 with a wife and kids, and you play an 18-year-old.
They will be 28. Some of them will be 28 with that, and then some of them will actually be 19 years old with a kid and another one on the way.
Bro, and then they'll treat they treat club lacrosse like it's their profession.
Yeah,
I watch a lot.
BYU lacrosse is real.
I appreciate the dedication, what you bring into your club lacrosse team, but bro, go get some milk or something. Like, you got a whole ass kid.
That's it's so fascinating to me, man. That's that whole same thing for football, right? Because like the starting quarterback for Utah State's 29 because he did a Mormon mission. and he's got like a 6-year-old, and then you got like a 19-year-old eating ramen noodles. Like that dynamic is fascinating to me.
That's how I felt when I was in grad school playing club at Rutgers, man.
You told us all those jokes.
And I was only 23 or 4, but I had kids on my Rutgers club team that I coached when they were in high school.
Yeah, and 24 is old to an 18-year-old.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, weird dynamic. You know what I'm saying? But
how do we get on this? Oh, because Utah, because they played in Utah. How do we get on this?
Okay. Yeah.
Yo, they got hyped for Bo Peterson when he had the when he had to cause a turnover.
Oh
yeah.
That was
yeah, he got on his horse too. He was out of there.
The whole games matter, man. When your family in the crowd, man, that matters. Like, but I'm watching. I gotta.
Before I forget, though, bro, like let's scratch this Denver Utah game for a second. Let's go back to that Cannons Chaos game winner.
Yeah,
the Ryan Jordan game winner,
sickening.
How the hell did he hit that in? Golf swing into the net.
That was a nice little goose, man.
Yeah, because I had to watch it a couple of times. So I thought Cout hit it. I'm like, was he trying to get the? Like, did he go for the ground ball? But yeah, that was crazy. Never give up on the play, man.
I definitely needed to make sure we said something about that because, even if he had the ball in his stick, you're like, that's a bad angle shot, low angle. But he didn't even have the ball in his stick. He just golf swung at it, and it hit the back of the net. And I felt bad for my boy Cap, man, just down on the ground. Like, yo,
he played really well too.
He did, but I thought that goal was ridiculous. You know what made me think about this? Because Ryan has an older kid too now.
Oh yeah.
Ryan has an older kid, so we were talking. But now we're gonna go back to the Denver Utah game. Dog, are the Outlaws losing steam now after that Eric Law trade?
They're young, man. It's like it's just crazy because it's like one week you're like they can do it, and then the other week they're just young because it's like Brendan O'Neill runs into the buzzsaw that is the cyborg Graham Hossack. Like he had a couple of plays, he had a couple pipes. I think he had like 3. But that as a defenseman, I'm like that's hey, you didn't do what you were supposed to do. But you're just watching them, and they're just like they just look young. And they had a couple stretches where like right now their best midfielder is Justin Anderson, and there was points where it's just like I'm glad they stopped playing him 2 ways, and he's just like not touching the ball because they couldn't really figure out like who's gonna dodge. And I'm like Justin Anderson's right there. He's been winning the matchup the entire day. Like why is he not touching it? And like they just have like those mental lapses, right? Because Shane is talking about it more from like a coaching perspective, but just from like a player perspective, I'm like, you have these mental lapses, and you're just like, what do we give the ball to? Oh yeah, the old guy with children. That's not really old. It's like 27, right? Like,
yeah, Yeah, I mean, that's it. That's a huge piece too. That
Justin
mental
looked
game.
Good in the beginning of the game too, man. Justin looked real good in the beginning of the game, and then he's I guess he got brought back to reality towards the end of this game because while I was watching the highlights, I saw him have like 2 turnovers like after the fact, like 2 calls.
I've never seen him talk trash in my life, bro. And he had a couple of goals, and he's talking immediately. I'm like, what did y'all do to piss off Justin Anderson, bro?
And to his teammate, like, bro, I think he like bull dodged or something, whatever. His college teammate was on the ground though.
Yeah,
and he fucking barked at him, and I was like, damn, bro, like friendly fire.
Exactly. I'm like, man, like, what did y'all do to piss off Justin Anderson?
I don't know why, but Justin Anderson reminds me of a Power Ranger, bro.
I can kind of see
which Ranger? What color Ranger would he be?
He'd be like the Red Ranger, bro. That's what I get from him. When I first saw him, I was like, dude, this dude is literally a Power Ranger, bro. But Power Rangers is a generational thing too. So like, I don't know what Power Rangers you grew up with, Brian or Shane, but I know.
That you go crack an old joke. Like,
which one were you? Brian. Which one were you?
I'm original, the Green Ranger, man. Jason, the Green Ranger. That was my.
Yeah. Is that Jason? That's Mighty Morphin?
No, Mighty Morphin is the one I grew up on with him. Mighty Morphin. I was going to ask, who's the White Ranger?
Mighty Morphin. I grew up on Mighty Morphin and Lightspeed Rescue. Lightspeed Rescue.
Those are some good ones. Lightspeed
But
Rescue.
yeah.
I
You know,
remember
who's the
Dino
Power
Rescue
Ranger
or
of all
something.
time. Go Power Ranger of all time.
Yeah, it was they melded together.
You know who I'm about to say?
Who?
Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy was the Green Ranger. I said Jason because his name in real life was Jason, R.I.P. But yeah, Tommy was
my boy.
Tommy was the Green and the White Ranger.
I don't even know how. Okay, I know how we're talking about Power Rangers now, but let's get back to this game. Yo, Brennan O'Neill.
Because all of us were the Black Ranger in school.
Brennan had what? He had 0 in this game. 0
Yeah.
0 points, and he took the shots that I prescribed
13
him.
shots.
Took the shot that I prescribed him, but couldn't finish. And like you said, Brian, he did have a couple of pipes, but dog, gotta have some to go in, man. The Outlaws can't expect to win a single playoff game if Brennan doesn't get going.
Yeah, because between that and Graham Bundy was 1 for 10 shooting.
Yeah, and Graham Bundy
2 for 10. Excuse me.
Graham Bundy
was a 2-pointer
in from deep, like not even like the highest quality shots, but he when it was time for him to let him fly towards
I'm shooting.
Yeah, he was just letting them fly. And also though, like I love Sam Hanley, bro. Like he had that one take in this one where he just runs through the box and he just lowers his shoulder. Guy bumps off of him, probably 2 yards off of him, and Sam Hanley just jumps and shoots. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah, you can't stop that. But I'm like, it's the same thing with when I look at Romar Dennis. I'm like, why don't you just do that every time, bro? Like Sam Hanley,
large humans.
Yeah, Sam Hanley can change a game. He knows he can do it, but
yeah,
you have to have they have to have a game, an amazing game in the playoffs if they want to even think about coming out on top of this one.
And I don't know if it's against the Archers because the Archers playing well because we were talking about it before, where it's just like Van Overbeek played well over the weekend. Then it was like, okay, Tom Shriver's hurt. Who's going to step up? Oh yeah, Trey LeClair's still there. Like,
Trey LeClair is still there.
5 points? 18 touches? 3 like shot 50%. Like, oh yeah, had a 2-pointer. I'm still here. Like it's just crazy just how much there's talents in the league where we can lose Captain America. But then it's just like, oh yeah, this all world player for the Canadian national team. I'm here still.
I'll tell you this, dude. One thing that you see in the PLL is that if you get injured, you're at such a position to lose your spot because anybody can do it. Like, how crazy it now? Like, when was the last time you heard about Logan Wisnowski's?
Exactly. Yeah.
Damn, I almost forgot about him. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, remember Eric Law? Because when they activated, we're like, oh, Eric Law about to play. No, he's not. Yep. Like, we don't need you, bro.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Like, no, we don't. They don't need you. And then so, as you can see, the PLL is just has guys, and this is why I always say though, like, it's a fun conversation to have about free agency versus the worst PLL team. A PLL team made of all free agents wouldn't even come close to competing with the worst PLL team.
You don't think so?
I know so, Shane. I know so.
There's a lot.
No.
You know who?
No, I know what you're gonna. I agree with you saying because I know what you're gonna say. I would just say Scotty's right for the fact of like if like we talk about Peyton Cormier is still practicing. Like it's a little bit different where you're in a player pool and you playing men's league. That's the only reason why I would say I feel like it wouldn't be that close. Because it's like it's hard to find like 19 dudes that's playing competitive, super high level lacrosse right now.
I don't think you're putting 19 free agents together in any way and being like, all right, let's put you guys against the California Redwoods or the Water Dogs.
Yeah, because when you doing a men's league game once a season and playing at 24 and lifting at 24-hour fitness, like it's a little bit different.
Shane, what you're not thinking, bro? You're about to say something.
Not that you're not good. I'm not saying that. It's just hard to find that level of competition.
Think about all the people that get activated that haven't played all season that are probably doing the exact same thing, and then they show up and they ball out. Think about what's his name for the Archers, Van Overbeek.
Yeah.
Think about that. Like their job is quite literally to stay ready. Is to stay as ready as possible. I'm not gonna.
Was he a free agent or was he on the roster?
He was in their training camp, and then his benefit is that he just finished the college lacrosse season a few months ago.
So that's
so
what I'm
he
saying.
was in the
free agents that are not have any connection to any team right now. I doubt you could find 19 and be like, okay. And a good example of this from a team who picked up somebody from waivers was Tommy Palasek. But Tommy Palasek during the Champ Series, right? Where he had that one game when he had 6 goals or whatever. But Tommy Palasek is also, you're not going to find 19 of those Tommy Palaseks, and we're not going to act like Tommy Palasek has never played pro ball before. Like, this guy is an absolute stud and legend, right? And I don't think there's 19 guys that are free agents who would be able to compete with these guys just because you see the best are on rosters right now. Name one you would pick up from free agency right now.
Connor DeSimone.
He got waived though.
Didn't he get hurt? I thought he got hurt.
He did. I'm looking at the free agency tracker right now. Connor DeSimone.
You want to get a guy close to college because the Woods picked up BJ Farrar.
I don't think 19 free agents would ever compete with the 19 on the worst PLL team. But what you see,
let's see.
I mean, you see how talented all those guys that are on the roster are. Like, you're literally splitting hairs when it comes to putting who's going to be on this roster versus who's not going to be on this roster, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Actually not really easy.
Yeah, because they're trying to figure out dudes. If they had a couple, if you had a free agent team and you gave them a couple weeks of practice, though, I think that they could compete with a team.
Shane, you just said Shane, you just said it's not that easy, right?
No, it's not easy to figure out who on this list is a free agent. Yeah, I have to imagine. My thought is, okay, so perfect example. I'm thinking of that one guy. Oh gosh, what team was he on? He was playing in the championship series. He came out. He hadn't played in a while. Came out and played in the championship series and had like 6 goals, and that went in one game. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. I'm thinking about somebody like that. I have to imagine that there is there are at least 19 out of all the Division I lacrosse players are out there in some Division II, Division III, whoever is good enough to play that have gotten looks from college teams that I'm not saying, I don't know that they would win per se. I don't think it would be as big of a gap as you're making it seem, though. I don't think it would be a crazy big gap.
Minimum,
I think they would.
Minimum 8 goals. Oh, no,
yeah,
you
no.
What?
No, so like Shane, so I'm saying this, if I called, so today's recording this on Tuesday, if you said we have a game Saturday, do I think you can find 19 that are ready to play right now? I feel like that's difficult, but if they have time, to Shane's point, like I'm thinking like BJ Farrar, just came out of the player pool, Van Overbeek. I'm thinking of somebody even not even D1, like D3, like Andrew Cook that was with the Cannons. Like, bro, he can come on a roster right now. But again, he just had a season a few months ago.
Here. I'm gonna bring this same thing to a different sport now. If you were to take, all right, do you think you can?
I'm already shaking my head. The answer is no, because we cannot even come close. Like, and it can't be in basketball. It won't be in football. It won't be in baseball. We can't even come close to how good some of these players can be, because the reality is all of so like for basketball and football, we're talking about 32 teams. We're talking about not 32 teams. Yeah, 32 teams. We're talking about a ridiculous amount of teams. For the PLL, we're talking about 8.
I know.
We're talking about
I know. And
8 teams.
Even when I tried to bring it into basketball, I was like, well, there are some dudes that are overseas that I think actually can clearly play.
Good ball.
Like Wemby wasn't even in the league last year.
Yeah.
Everybody knew what he was going to be doing. But
yeah, but in the PLL, there's just there's you're getting such like I think the PLL could expand to like a 12 or 16 game or 16 team league, and we would
100%.
still not see a dramatic dip in the quality of lacrosse that we're currently watching. I think we're going to see. Honestly, if that were to happen, we might even see something. There's a possibility we could see better lacrosse theoretically.
Yeah. Please clip that. Please clip that. 'Cause I've been saying that for years. Because when it was still the MLL and PLL, remember, like Randy Stotts was playing. Like you had Randy Stotts in one league, Zach Currier was in another league. Like it's easily because it's lacrosse is too small. Because even if you do 12, 14 teams, you're still only looking at a couple hundred players, right? Lacrosse, just in general, from Division 1 to Division 3, there's not enough teams, right? There's not enough, so like the talent gap isn't. Football's different, right? Because like Shane being from Texas, I remember when I was playing like high school football, we were my high school football team, we were state ranked. One of my boys was like, "Yo, we can play a Texas team." I'm like, "Bro, I played offensive line. I was 6 feet, 220 pounds, bro. I'm not playing. I'm not playing some dude from Texas that's 6'6", that runs a 4.5 40, he's 250 pounds of muscle because it's like the talent gap is so wide. But for lacrosse,
and he's a freshman.
Exactly, right? So like Brian, why are you making that point? Because that's a significant talent gap, right? But for lacrosse, it's 70 Division 1 teams, right? So it's like, oh, the top players are like, I gotta play D3, right? I'm from Texas, I'm from California. I'm gonna end up playing MCLA because I'm going to Stanford, right? So I'm just like, so I'm just thinking this like that's so I'm saying all of that to say 14, 15 teams, like it's just too much talent.
Yeah,
it's too much talent.
Because Lyle's not playing, Dane's not playing, Ryan Smith's not playing, right? Like this is crazy.
Yeah.
Will Manny wasn't playing for a while too.
He still hasn't played.
He played 1 week.
I think he got rostered a week. He got rostered a week. He didn't. He was on the protected list. I don't think he actually played, right?
No, I think the weekend after you get picked up from waivers, you have to suit up.
You suit up. I don't know if he was actually seeing like minutes, like true minutes.
Let's see.
Check that because I don't
thought
believe.
He was just on the, I thought he was just on the protected, not on the 19.
He didn't score in that game.
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't remember.
Please,
it's just it's
you were 100%.
It's only 8 teams. Like there's so many players that are still very good and can still play at all levels. Like, and we're really talking about like, I mean, think about where these teams like. Part of where these guys are getting drafted from, we're not truly seeing like a true aptitude of their lacrosse game overall. We're not seeing the high, like, I know there are a lot of people. I play Division 2. Brian, you play D1 and you play D2. So you know that there's a lot of people who can play at the next that can play at the next level, and there are a lot of people who shouldn't be at the level that they're at. There's a couple of those people on every team you play on. Teams that you're just like, how did you get Division 1? You are literally trash. And there are teams that are like, why are you Division 3? You need to go and play for Syracuse or Maryland or something like that. You need to go somewhere else. And for lacrosse, it's a really unique phenomenon where a lot of the players who probably could play at the next level don't end up playing at this, high Division 1, Division 2, Division 3 level because they want to go to a great engineering school. And it just so happens that Colorado College is the best school for what they want. Colorado School of Mines is exactly what they want because they know that the potential of making money outside of lacrosse after college is minimal. And even in the PLL, no disrespect to the PLL, but those guys are not making millions of dollars. The same way NBA, NFL. So the emphasis is not the same as it has been for other sports. When you're talking about Division I football, some of these guys think that they're going to make it to the league. And Division I basketball, some of these guys think they're going to make it to the league. It's a smaller group. But even basketball, because of the amount of people, there are basketball players that could have played D1. There are basketball players who could probably play Division I basketball players who could probably play. You know what's even crazier? I want you to think about this. I looked this up. On the 2023 NBA draft, only 4 of the top 30 scorers got drafted. Top 30 scorers in Division I. Only 4 of them got drafted. But because that's
because some of them didn't even enter the draft.
Part of that is that, but here's the thing: nobody's going to call you and say, "Hey, you're scoring 30 points. You're the number 1 leading scorer in Division I basketball. You shouldn't go and try and play the NBA." Somebody's going to say no. You're going to be like, "Hey, I can guarantee you an $8 million for 2 years, which is a standard rookie."
It's an interesting
and you
stat,
go no.
But like that stat's not an end all be all type of stat, because you could be at Bowie State scoring 32 points a game. You're not going to get drafted
100%.
You know.
So let me take it to another level. I was looking at the guess how many players in the NBA draft this year scored over 20 points a game in their respective leagues.
Guess how many players in the NBA have scored over 20 points?
NBA draft this year in their respective leagues. So if they're Division I, or
I'm gonna go 4.
Nah, I would say like it. I wouldn't be surprised if it's none, but I wouldn't say more than 2.
Scotty, you were exactly right. It's 4. There's only 4 people who scored over 20 points. Now, guess how many people score under 10 points?
Probably like over half of the draft.
It's more than that. It's gonna be like 23.
No, it's 4.
It's 4.
It's 4. So what I'm saying is, like, when we're talking about aptitude, those players that get drafted score within 10 to 20 points, and that's where they're at, right? Even including the number 1, the number 1 draft overall draft pick, in between 10 and 20 points. When we're talking about lacrosse, we're not looking at complete aptitude, because we have so many different areas for lacrosse players to come from. And the reality is, not all of division, like, in order to play Division I basketball or NBA basketball, you got, plain and simple, you got to be a certain height. You can't be 5'10" playing Division I basketball, or have the expectation that you're going to play Division I basketball, no matter how good you are, because of just the sheer fact that you're playing against point guards that are 6'10". Like, it's just not going to work out for you. Same thing with football. If you are, 5'10", 175 pounds, soaking wet, good luck trying to play Division I football. Like, you have to be a certain size. In lacrosse, not exactly the case. You don't have to be 6'6" in order to be good at lacrosse. You don't have to be 6 foot to be good at lacrosse. You can be 5'8" and be good at lacrosse. Look at Joey Sankey.
No, this is a solid conversation. I've had a conversation like this before several times. I think one thing about lacrosse that makes it one of those sports that everybody loves is because everybody has the potential to absolutely go to the highest level, because you're right. You don't need to be the 6'5", 4.0, 40 guy. You can be a 5'6", 170, but very quick type of guy. And there's not a lot of sports in today's world where you're like, where if you don't have the size or the athleticism where you can go to the highest level. Like, shit, even baseball, right? You're looking at these new guys coming into the game. You're like, why the hell is Aaron Judge is a freaking athlete? Bryce Harper, a freaking athlete. Those baseball players now, like, you don't see a Kurt Schilling, you don't see a CC Sabathia anymore, you don't see a Roger Clemens anymore. You're seeing athletes play baseball. I'm not saying lacrosse players aren't all athletes, but I'm saying the stature, the requirements athletically aren't yet the same to that
No.
That of other sports. Okay, this is a solid
Yo,
conversation.
I only do like 3 of the people you mentioned. I don't know nothing about baseball.
Oh man, I
have no idea who that is.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of impressed that I was even able to name those baseball players.
I was impressed
Respect.
too.
So
I remember
I was like,
and
Scotty
CC
watches baseball?
Sabathia.
I
Aaron,
just like my sports. I like my sports. So
Aaron Judge plays for the Yankees.
yeah, Aaron Judge
The
plays.
light skin dude, right?
He's a
Okay,
beast.
yeah. I don't know nobody past that. I was like, I have no idea who those dudes are.
But we got to end with something. Okay, I didn't ask you the question this week because I was on a flight. Okay, but we have the playoffs are set. So the playoffs are set this weekend or September 2nd. So that gives us 2 weeks. The playoffs are set. So both the Atlas and the Utah Archers have a bye. So the quarterfinals are going to be the Carolina Chaos against the Boston Cannons. And then on the other side of the bracket is going to be the Denver Outlaws versus the Maryland Whipsnakes. Now, quickly, tell me who you guys think is going to win these games. Carolina versus Boston. Who do you got, Brian?
Boston.
Boston.
I'm going Boston too. I'm kind of, but like I'm not gonna even say anything. All right. Denver versus
We're all thinking it.
Denver versus Maryland. Go. Brian.
Whips. He hates to say anything Maryland, but it's the Whips. It's the Whips. Unless Brendan O'Neill decides he wants to let everybody know why he was overall.
Shane said it. I'm not going to say the word. I'm not going to say the word, but yes, that's why.
God, I got you, Brian. Brian says Maryland Whipsnakes.
And Shane, you go Whips too?
For sure.
All right. So right now we all have the same bracket here, okay? In the next one, it would be in the next game, since we all said Boston versus New York, who would you have in the semifinals if that's the one?
Brian's saying Boston. Bulls. I got you, Brian.
Upstate Bulls, boy.
Bulls. All right. Who do you got, Shane?
Part of me, I get this weird feeling.
So bad.
No, I got this weird feeling. I got this weird feeling for an upset. I don't know why. I got a weird feeling for an upset, and I'm going to have to go with the Cannons on this one. I don't know why. I think the Atlas are an amazing team.
They got
to prove it. I just have this feeling the Cannons might do something crazy.
Okay. This is tough. This is a tough one. Shane, I see exactly what you're saying now, but since you said it, I don't want to agree with you.
That's fair.
Let me see. So I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna go Atlas. I'm gonna go Atlas on this one. All right. And the next game would be the Utah Archers against the who was it? Carolina Whipsnakes. Utah Archers against the Whipsnakes. Is that right?
Yeah. Did you pick the Whipsnakes? I don't know if you did. Did you pick the Whipsnakes or the Outlaws?
No, I did pick the Whipsnakes, but I'm just trying to make sure. Okay, yeah, Utah Archers against the Whipsnakes. Go ahead. Who would you guys have? Utah or Whips?
The Bows.
I actually got the Whips.
I got the Whips too for this one.
I got the Whips. I don't want to
hear their fans. I don't want to hear their fans, but I would love for the Bulls.
Yeah.
I would love for the Bulls to beat them in the championship. Oh my God, I'd be insufferable.
So, Brian, your championship is the Bulls versus Archers. Who's gonna win for you? Yeah, that was a stupid question by me, Scotty. Figure it out.
If that's the championship, I'm going for the Bulls too. If that is the championship.
But so your championship, Shane, is the Cannons
versus Whips. And I want the Cannons. I want it for the Cannons. I specifically want it for Asher and Marcus. I want it for the Cannons. And for Kavanaugh to get a three-peat, a triple, I had a triple crown.
Yeah.
A damn near triple crown, actually, now I think about it. Tewaaraton, NCAA championship, PLO. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
All right. So Cannons.
Yeah, I'm hoping for the Cannons.
Okay, and I'm gonna go with the Bulls. Bulls versus Whips. I'm gonna go with the Bulls. You got me saying Bulls now, Brian. You're rubbing off on me, bro.
Yeah, terrible.
Hey guys, all right. So that's a wrap here for episode 12. As you can see, the boys had a lot to talk about today. We went all around today. We talked about Power Rangers, we talked about basketball, we talked about every other sport in the world. Okay, I even had to bring up some pictures, but as you can see, the boys talk about it all. Happy, what's today? Tuesday, Wednesday? This will be released on Wednesday.
Tuesday.
This will be released on Wednesday. So you guys enjoy the rest of your week. We are heading out of here. I'll catch you guys later. We'll catch you guys later. Peace out.
See ya.